Hey, folks, it's NotJay and McMurray, and we were just sitting here after the little ramble we had with Matt and the gang, and said, "Hey, you know what? Let's go live. Let's watch McMurray paint some Ewoks." He asked me, "How long do you think it's going to take?" And I said, "Probably an hour and a half." And hey, well, why don't we go ahead and do that live? And, well, here we are. We're going to watch McMurray paint. What, 7 Ewoks?
7 Ewoks, yep. So we got these. These are off of Thingiverse. This one, I don't remember the name of the artist. I apologize to whoever it is. I think they created this sculpt first, which is kind of an Ewok. He's got hands. He's kind of just standing there. He's got, we can't see that. Just got his hands full of rocks. And then there's also this guy who still has rocks in his hands. Then his spear. And this guy, rocks in his hands, and then a little slingshot. That being said, with there only being 3 sculpts, I didn't want to have all the same. So all I did was I got on there and I flipped them on their x-axis so that at the very least, like, they're the same sculpt, but they're different, you know, as opposed to having a bunch of the same. And
right.
Then there's this guy who's the hero. He's got a rifle, and then I just realized he's holding a thermal detonator in this hand, and then he's got a longer cloak as well. So we're going to get this going. We're going to start layering some contrast paints on here. To be honest with you, I'm probably just going to bathe the whole stinking thing in contrast to start with.
Good way to start.
Oh, yeah. And go!
So, yeah, Ewoks from Thingiverse are provided by
there you go.
the K Warrior. The K Warrior.
Is this gray? Yes, it is. Okay, good. So again, part of the challenge here, guys, is that where we have gray, like I didn't want to paint the Ewoks that are just holding rocks gray. So if I paint the rocks gray, then it's going to look like they're just standing there with nothing in their hand. And I need to look at that. So we're going to fully jump into all the different fantastic colors that Ewoks can be between black and brown and tan and gray.
Hey, Charles, thanks for joining us, buddy.
Are you serious? Charles is already on here? What's up, Charles? That's awesome.
I posted a link. That is to the dude you're not the dude you're painting now, the dude with the rocks in his paws.
With the rocks? Okay, there you go, yeah.
I think that also he also has the ability to have a spear.
Yep, spear and then a slingshot.
So let me see what other guys they got out here. Do you have the guy with the bow?
What? No, you want to send me that STL and I will print some off this afternoon. And I wish. I was
actually, there's several in this collection.
Okay, then that's not the one I found. Yeah, if you want to send me a link to that, I will print them and we will paint them at a later date as well so that I can have a whole just Ewok faction for Galactic Heroes here.
There you go. It's in your thing now. I'm going to go ahead and link it here as well.
How it's guys, so all right, so this is all of a sudden turning into a mini series. And we've been live for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Perfect. This is one of the joys of 3D printing, guys, is the ability to say, hey, that's cool. That's a cool model. I want to build that. I want to paint that. Oh,
snap. They got a guy blowing a Ewok Digitaroo.
Doug, how did I not find any of these? Oh, that's right, because I just clicked on the Legion tag and found these in like the first page, got distracted, and stopped looking. I bet you if I had searched Ewok, I probably would have found a lot more, but I'm not that smart.
There you go. Yeah, I typed in Ewok.
Oh, that's the other thing. These things, when you put them into like Chitterbox or your slicer at first, are friggin' huge. These are scaled to 8% of the original size of the sculpt.
What?
Dog, they are like lawn gnome size. in the, yeah. Like if you printed one out full size, you'd need an FDM printer that was pretty beefy. But the details held up really well. I don't know why they're so huge when I opened them up, but
that's what she said.
Yeah, well, there's a lot to unpack there.
That's what she said.
But But yeah, no. That being said, I was kind of expecting some of the detail to wash out and maybe not print properly, especially because I really suck at this and I'm new to this printer.
Oh, snap.
I just hear you finding cooler and cooler shit.
Yeah, so here's an Ewok with the Rebel helmet.
Oh, what?
And the ACR 170.
Dog,
not the whatever. Yeah. I'm sending it to you.
All that shit in there. Because, yeah, these are all going to make an appearance.
Yes, they will.
And it's going to be great. Because, dude, I feel like these are going to be just quick to paint, which is not a bad thing. I never really shunned away from quick to paint things, especially when they're quick to paint things that also look good when you paint them quickly.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest things. Like those, I just finished up the U.S. Troopers for a Zimmerman Telegram game that I intend to play with bigger battles and then also with normal fistful of lead on a smaller scale. And they painted up really quickly because there's not a lot there, but they're just not pretty figures. Like the khaki blobs only can look so good unless you are a really phenomenal painter, and I am unfortunately not. But that being said, it will be a visually good looking game because the terrain should be good. There should be a lot of figures on the table.
Yeah.
And some cool vehicles. There's some real wacky vehicles that I found that I've been putting together to go with that. I'm so
Ewok Village.
I will have to build one of those, but that's okay. That shouldn't be too hard.
Well, it would probably require an FDM printer.
Oh no, if I'm making an Ewok Village, I'm going to build it traditionally, like with hot glue and everything else using sticks, because I actually really enjoy that manner of terrain building, especially as opposed to painting stuff. Like I really enjoy traditional terrain building. That's what first brought me into the hobby. Like when I first started playing 40K, I had a table worth of terrain that I had made. Great that it was shitty because I was, 11.
Right.
But I had a table's worth of terrain that I had made. My dad has been my dad's an architect. He'd been building models his whole life.
Right.
Training as an architect in the early 70s. So that was just like his part of his grad school. He legitimately got to take model building classes, which I am just obnoxiously jealous of, because he took a model building class where he professionally built models for a grade at LSU in a post, graduate work environment. Which, Jesus Christ, if that was the thing now, I'd be one of these people of my generation who are a perpetual student. But
right.
So thank goodness it's not in that for that matter. So yeah, that was a kind of a cornerstone of my childhood was his. Dude, he got fully into it. I remember one time we built a Fort Ticonderoga model, and I say we built. He built it. I did the abatis outside of it. But anyways, it was just wild to look at because again, that was his passion. So he did it was all entirely foam board, foam core, and it was ridiculous. The man was like chop saws and regular arm saws couldn't put angles on stuff like he did, because again, that's a star fort. That's a Vauban style star fort, right? And Jesus Christ, man, every angle was perfect. There were no two-piece, like if it was a wall section, that was a straight wall section, it was one continuous piece. I don't know. Still blew my mind, like, when I was in high school and my mom's like, we need to get rid of this. And my dad's like, but Barb, it's awesome. And so we burned it in the barbecue pit, but whatever. Yeah, looking back on that, I'd stab somebody. Like that would, taking what it was and doing, a little bit of extra work to it to get, the vegetation and everything on it, and then taking it to a convention to play, 2mm on or something like that. It had the basis to be an award-winning board, which would have been awesome to see, but it's okay. I get it. That wasn't the purpose of the thing. That wasn't why he did it. He did it because it was cool. He liked it, and it was for a school project for your kid.
Right.
But dude, there's so many. I'm so excited. I keep seeing my phone light up with Ewok links, and I am just tickled pink because this is going to be a thing now. I would like to point out to everybody, I'm painting sci-fi right now, guys. This is not okay. There are historical
Space opera
out there. There are historical miniatures out there that are unpainted, and I am painting sci-fi. I feel derelict in my duties, but that's okay.
You're cleansing your palate.
Ugh, I'm about to cleanse something or other. I'm just kidding. But yeah. So, anyways, no. If I'm building an Ewok village, it's going to be cool. I'm going to go get out in the yard. I'm going to,
get the sticks.
Yeah, I'm going to chop sticks. It's all going to be natural, and it's going to be a good time. I mean, that'd be really fun. I have the basis for an Ewok village that I started when I was playing 40K that I wanted my, guys to fight over. That's probably still in my parents' basement. They have the patience of saints, and they really don't like going in their basement. So that's helped me out quite a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, so we're rapidly approaching having the base for all of the fur down on these guys. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the fur first on all these guys because that's going to be messy as shit. And then I'll come back in and do their, leather smocks and stuff because I feel like those I'm basically just going to do brown for all of them. I'm not sure, but I feel like that's kind of what I'm going to do, at least for these guys, because honestly, it sounds like I'm about to print a bunch more. So if all of these guys are relatively similar looking, then either A, they can be their own group and that can be a unifying feature, or I can just vary it on the next models that come around and then they'll all mix in.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do in terms of finishing the fur off first. These black guys are going to be interesting. I've never been really good at painting blacks. Usually I just kind of do a contrast on them and leave them. I think I might come back a little bit with these guys. We're gonna try some goofy stuff because these guys are painting up really, really fast so far.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. And if they're going to wind up on a table with models that 2-Action Steve painted, I need to step my game up.
Yes, definitely, dude.
So that is okay. We're going to do that.
I mean, you don't have to go through, great hoops and bounds, to go up against my stuff, but
2-Action Steve puts some wild shit on the table though. So
he put some nice models. Yeah,
nice models.
Definitely
nice stuff. So does the Baron. 2-Action Steve painted all the stars, so that's who I'm stacking up against right now. I do have some weird and wacky fantasy stuff that will hopefully grace a table with the Baron's guys here shortly as well. But those are not what we're painting right now. But I did find some weird, wacky, heavily armored halflings. Like they're all wearing like cooking pots as helmets and stuff. They're pretty fantastic. Those are going to I printed those off there upstairs. They're waiting on the washing cure because I tend to wait until I've got a few plates worth of stuff to run it through the washing cure.
Yeah.
Because that thing can take a fair number of models. And honestly, I found that when I'm printing little stuff, it helps to have a bunch of stuff in there so I can throw some big stuff at the bottom.
Right.
Because otherwise, like these spears and stuff get caught. They slide through the thing.
Yeah, they slide through the mesh and become a big, hairy pain in the ass.
Yeah, you just hear it go, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm in the process of working on finishing building my desk.
There you go. Chris will no longer be painting, or NotJay will no longer be painting on white folding tables, folks.
Yep. It's a miracle.
There will soon be a desk involved in the NotJay habitat. It is a Christmas miracle. I forgot to paint these guys' faces and ears, so that's going to be kind of awkward because they're going to be. I got to remember that these guys are going to dry a whole lot. not necessarily slower, but they're going to be dry after the other guys that I did with Wildwood, but that's okay. That's okay, because here's a weird, wacky part. You guys are about to watch McMurray highlight live on them internets.
There you go.
McMurray's going to be highlighting, guys. Are you excited? Are you weirded out by that? Does that do things to you?
Giggity.
Giggity. So yeah, like I said, we'll do like this is going to be like half live random shit and half like semi walking you through this. So I painted some of these. I mixed up the colors on all of them. So we got 3 that are painted like a dark brown, 2 that are gray, and 2 that are black fur. Again, just getting a layer of contrast down on there, because even if I just come back and kind of block paint on top of it,
yeah,
with how most miniature paints cover, that's going to look a whole lot better. Like that. I'm going to try and move this around so you guys can see kind of a little more zoomed in what I'm doing here. I paint right here. Okay, that's not too bad. It's just out of focus, but hopefully that'll settle in. There we go. But yeah, is that enough light? There we are. Okay. So yeah, even if you come in and just that way, even if your paint doesn't have the best of coverage, you'll still get that high and low areas in there.
Yeah.
You guys can see exactly how shitty all my brushes are now, which is embarrassing, but that's okay. I need a brush that I can dry brush with. Let's use this ugly piece of shit. Look at that. Ugh, gross. That's okay, though. Like I said, it's going to be real messy, and that's all right. Let's start with Field Gray. Oh, I think I'm finally about to the bottom. Nope, I'm not. Of this bottle of Field Gray. This is why you should shake your paints before you go live, guys, because otherwise you just sit here looking like a doofus.
Yeah, well, there's that.
But we were just live somewhere else. All right, so we got Field Gray. Ooh, that is lumpy and nasty. So I'm going to have to mix it up with my brush a little bit. That's okay. You know what I should have done? I should have put my first highlights on my black models first, so then I could be coming in here and doing the first highlights on my gray models, along with the end highlights on my black models. But that's okay. I was not thinking that far ahead. I don't have a napkin, but I'm also not wearing pants, so boxers, you're just going to get some stuff on them.
You?
No, not poop. Jesus. All right, so there's that. And we're just coming in, giving these a bit of a highlight. I'm not worried about making it really clean. The objective for me here is just to make it so there's some color variant, you know?
Right.
Not anything wild. I'm not looking to, at this point in time, highlight like the stuff that's really high up. I'm just kind of
you're just wanting to get the tips, as it were.
Yeah. Well, not even that. I'll do that in a minute here. I think I'm going to do another color highlight. But again, kind of where you can see the difference there. It's just getting a different layer on there, you know, so that it's not in the recesses.
Right.
It's almost like just doing a shitty coat of base painting.
Right. Well, what you're wanting to do at this point is kind of your contrast is giving you your low lights, your depths, your crevices.
Yeah, it's like a pre-wash.
And this is right. And what you're getting now is a kind of the midtones.
Yeah. So here's the question: what color are Ewoks' eyes, Chris?
Brown.
Brown.
Yeah, brown.
Brown-eyed girl. That's good, because this guy has giant friggin' eyes. Look at those things. He's on some stimulants. This guy's holding.
Charles wants to know if you're doing blonde hair highlights.
I'm not good at blonde hair. I'll do a blonde, like a bleach blonde Ewok if you want me to at one point in time, Charles, just to see how funny that looks. But not quite yet today. Now, before this...
Today is not that day.
Yeah, exactly. Now, before that Field Gray runs out and goes off on my exceptional paint palette here, I'm going to get some Necromancer Cloak on these black black contrasted guys. I really like Necromancer Cloak for painting blacks. I practically never paint a black on anything anymore. I use Necromancer Cloak from Army Painter just because it's like that real dark, nasty gray.
Right.
But it looks like a black where there's something, there's actually light on it, which I really like the look of. So again, we're going to get that on these guys. And then come back on here with field gray in half a second before that dries up on my again, exceptionally appointed palette here. You will note that this is not a sprue or a blister pack. Thank you very much. It's the exact same friggin' thing, but it's from a pack of washers.
Right.
On account of I use altogether too many metal washers for basing because I have a bit of a problem.
Hey, let me know when you need more of those that I got you before.
Doug, the awkward thing is they're 15 millimeter. I use them for 15 millimeter. I'm already like through 2.5 boxes of them.
Yeah, I know.
It's ridiculous. I have a problem.
Yeah, just let me know when, because even though I'm not working for the company anymore.
Yep.
The guy who took over for in ordering those products, I told him just keep 5 boxes on hand at all times.
My buddy's gonna randomly call me and be like, "Hey man, I need more of these." All right, so there you go. So now
he's actually what he's doing is just like when I make orders each week, if I'm short on being able to get the free shipping,
oh yeah,
I'll just throw that SKU on there to fill.
There you go. Yeah,
just gonna use it as filler because I said, hey, until you hear otherwise, that is gonna get purchased.
Yeah,
probably more than a lot of the product that gets sold. I'm gonna be honest.
Like not an unhealthy amount, but definitely a kind of confusing amount.
Yeah, I was like, really?
These are going to be a hot seller.
Yeah.
For completely the wrong reasons.
Yep.
All right, so now we're just coming in and kind of hitting not everything. Again, just a base, like weird highlight, right? With these. And it's not necessarily a dry brush because I have an obnoxious amount of paint on the brush because I don't like wasting time on highlights.
Right.
And we're coming in with that gray. Sorry, you guys can't really see that. And yeah, like I said, I'm getting sloppy as hell all over those smocks, so I'm going to come back and paint those in a minute. So I'm not really worried about that, which is pretty freeing, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it is.
This guy's got a big old gut hanging out. He's an old Ewok. He's having fun. I think I might take this guy up a couple more layers of light than the other Ewoks, just because I feel like if he's older, he's going to have a little more lighter gray hair on him.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you guys think? You guys think these black-looking Ewoks need a little bit more of a gray? We'll just touch barely on there. Just barely anything. Barely anything as he just smashes his brush all over him. There you go. That is the one thing I have noticed about 3D printed models, though, is that the detail doesn't always tend to be as deep as cut into the model as with traditionally sculpted models.
Right.
Which isn't a bad thing. It's just it'll just slightly change how you paint, how you think about things, how you go about all of this on your particular models. And now we're going to switch to an ash gray, which is a really light gray. I'm not being a professional person and cleaning my brush out at all here, just because, well, I watched Wapple do it this way one time, and so obviously this is how the cool kids do it.
Right.
Oh, here's a cool thing. People always talk about mixing weird colors into your paint. There's a little bit of purple you can see in this gray that's already in there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. That's kind of a cool little aside there. All right, now let's just touch barely anything on this guy. With this.
Now, see, if you were the real cool kid, you'd be doing that in oils.
Well, I know I'm not the real cool kid though. I'm just a teenage dirt bag baby. So again, we're just touching. Okay, this actually is going on a lot heavier than I thought because I didn't clean my brush out very well, but that's okay. No harm, no foul.
No mistakes.
So yeah, he's an older Ewok. He's got a pretty bright gray coat, which is probably problematic because he's also carrying a sniper rifle, so bright gray probably isn't the best. But we'll make his smock a more concealing color.
Green.
Yeah, green. Let's use. This is a really friggin' dark brown. I don't know about that. No, we're not gonna use that brown. We'll use. We got a couple. We got flat earth and leather brown that I think are actually pretty much the same color. We'll use flat earth because it's a Vallejo color, so it'll probably go on a lot easier than the army painter.
Yeah.
Unless it sounds like this is pretty much shot. Oh, nope, there's a little bit. That's more than enough. More than enough for what I need. All right, back to your hole. Ha-ha.
Hoo-ha-ha.
Yeah, back to your hole. Brouhaha. Full-blown Finding Nemo. Brouhaha. All right, and this is going to be quite a bit lighter than the base color of contrast, but that again is no problemo whatsoever. We're gonna have to make these guys really light because I'm gonna paint their smocks gray or brown too.
Yeah.
And I want that to be kind of a leathery brown color. But in order for them to not look just the same, we're gonna have to get their fur pretty light. But that's okay. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm sure there's fancy like painter stuff names for what we're doing right here and like thinking about, but I don't know what they are. So we're not gonna get into that. We're just gonna paint Ewoks and have fun.
Well, keep in mind, we are far from professionals.
We are the exact opposite of professionals. I was paid to paint models one time, and I was paid 50 cents a piece to paint Tau Fire Warriors, and I did a craptastic job on those things. And
did they get 50 cents worth?
Oh, they got more than 50 cents worth, but that's not the point. I must have been running a sale that day. That was back in high school, and I had a friend who would never paint his models, and that bugged some of us. And so we said, "Hey, man, we'll paint your models if you pay us to." And well, we were, like freshmen in high school. So he's like, "I don't know, I have like $20." All right, man, let's do it.
That's what you got. That's what you got.
Yeah, like when you're in high school buying 40K figures, you don't have money for like food.
Right.
So yeah, it worked out. We got it done. He got his models painted. They were painted far better than the Tyranids he used to. I kid you not, this kid would carry his Tyranid army because we started with with Battle for McCrag.
Yeah.
And he got the Tyranids and I got the Space Marines out of it, right? And we bought a couple sets of it so that we would have plenty of models. And he would carry his Tyranids around, I shit you not, in a drawer that he took out of an old desk.
Nice.
Like just dumped in this fucking drawer. And he would take the drawer out and go wherever we were playing. It was just one of those, are you serious right now, man? Like, find a shoebox or something. Like, put a Kleenex in a shoebox and you've got a better storage solution than this friggin' drawer. But there wasn't always necessarily so much talking to him, so what are you gonna do?
Right.
Now the question is, do I gradually bring this highlight up, or do I just dump some beige in here and see what's going on? We're gonna dump some beige in here and see what's up. Because I'm not into the whole gradual thing. We're gonna go ham here.
Right. When have you ever been gradual with anything?
I don't know. When I'm scared.
Oh, there you go.
I'm definitely scared, but whatever. We'll figure it out.
Figured it out. Yeah, I said figured out. All right, that looks like a mid-tone there. Oh, that's real light. That's real light. All right, whatever. Cool. These Ewoks are high contrast. Not a bad thing.
Yeah, right. Who cares? Not me. These are my toys. I'll play with them all I want to, Chris. NotJay.
Whichever.
Just don't call you late for dinner, right?
Yep.
right. These are
turning
out okay.
We have a heat advisory and a thunderstorm warning today.
Yeah, dog, it's hotter than shit here. It's like it was 107 yesterday.
Oh, bark at that noise.
Yeah.
It is currently 88 degrees. We got a 100% chance of thunderstorms tonight at 8.
Woo! Time to sit out on the porch, baby.
You know it.
Do the Missouri thing.
Yeah, I told Donna I think we've got one more week of really hot weather coming towards us.
It's okay. Such is life.
Yeah, well, and for me, what I refer to as really hot weather is not the same as what people around here think of really hot weather. I'm using the term really hot weather as it applies to Central Illinois. And that is, I think we're looking at probably something along the lines of upper 80s, lower 90s, or not, no, I mean, actually upper 90s, mid to upper 90s.
Yeah.
Around here, that's, super hot.
Yeah.
I'm used to not feeling super hot until it's over 100.
Yeah, that's one of those nice things about having lived outside for so long is it's just one of those, well, this isn't actually that hot. We're going to be fine, guys.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. We're going to use whatever this color is, bootstrap leather, which is about the same as earth tone and leather brown. We're going to use that for their smocks. So we're chugging right along here, guys. We got the fur mostly covered. Actually, that's really bright. That looks really bright. Yeah, we're going to use that as a highlight. Never mind. Hang on. We're highlighting, guys. We're highlighting. You excited? Every one of you people should just be losing your damn minds right now. You're watching Chris and I talk about highlights.
Right. On Ewoks.
Yeah, on Ewoks, yeah, which Chris would normally kick me off his show for even mentioning. All right, here we go. Does anybody else use like their tongue to get their brush wet or anything?
Every damn time. That's why I can't do oils.
Yeah.
Charles says, bought some cheap paint to practice on my old D&D figures. Also got some small plastic airplanes, mostly World War II, that I'm going to also practice on. You know what? Good for you, Charles. I'm happy for you, man. I really am.
Paint them up, big dog. It's a hobby, man. It's fun. That's the point. We're going to mix some of this together because why not? Screw it. Yep, that's indistinguishable. Cool. So today on Painting with McMurray and NotJay, you can find out what colors from all these different manufacturers are the exact same that I bought anyways because I'm an idiot.
It happens.
It does, especially when you're McMurray.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to mention the Great Wargaming survey for 2021 is currently out and ready to be filled.
Yeah, do it, guys. It's awesome.
It lets I can't remember exactly who is
Wargame Soldiers and Strategy.
Yes, yeah, Wargame Soldiers and Strategy. They do an excellent job of actually taking the data and analyzing it and seeing, what's what, and then they take the time to then, discuss that with people.
And they put it all out. They make it commonly available. It's pretty fantastic.
It lets us see the trends of the hobby. And what I like is that they will actually, I know several times, at least 2, if not 3 times now, one of the editors of the magazine has come on my brother's podcast to discuss the results.
I'm about to say he has Guy Bowers on there every now and then, doesn't he?
Yeah. Also, I can't remember
Jasper?
Jasper Urtage.
Yep.
So, yeah. I tell you, I need to get a hold of my buddy Mike Burke, who is a former Marine. He's a master. No, excuse me. He was a sergeant major for the United States Marine Corps when he retired, and is now wargaming quite a bit. And I want to have him on the show just to chat, because he was the sergeant major of VMA 214, also known as the Black Sheep, Pappy Boyington's unit.
Yep.
And he's just a really neat guy that's fun to game with. He's the one that he is ultimately the one that caused me to cause Jay Wiley to get his Facebook ban, which went apparently from 30 days to 24 hours. So
that's good. Yeah, I was about to say I saw he was back today.
But,
he posted his Might and Melee flip through that I commented, "Good to see you're back."
Yeah. So, but yeah, he's a pretty cool cat. He's got a record in playing Fistful of Lead, Galactic Heroes Star Wars Edition. He's got the record of killing or putting out of action Chewbacca twice, Han Solo 3 times, Leia twice, and Luke Skywalker once.
Nice. I'm pretty sure I still hold the Uggernaut effectiveness record.
Yes.
That's about it.
Yeah, well.
That was outstanding. It's all about using it right.
Yep. God, you son of a bitch.
Use your cards. Slice your corners. Don't get shot at.
Yep.
Oh, shnikey. That being said, one thing that always loses me about resin is how it's flexible, which I'm not used to feeling. So I feel that stuff move, and I'm like, oh, God, it's broke. Nope, it brings right back.
Yeah, wash after wash.
It's very, very nice. All right, here we go. And so again, guys, now we're painting the smocks on these Ewoks. And I think all the Ewok smocks are going to be the same color. Give them a little bit of uniformity. I realize that might not be entirely true to the movies, but I'm sure you can find 7 Ewoks that have the same smock because, mass production of props and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you know what the other thing, the great thing about it is?
These are my freaking toys, and I'm going to paint what I want to.
Yeah, they're your toys. You play with them how you want to play with them, son.
I am. I intend to.
I got no problems.
And I got lots of problems, but none of them stem from how I play with my toys. Well, except for being permanently single. That's not the point. Anyways, yes. Numero dos. We're gonna hold him off for a minute here. Man, I tell you what, this brown, it's a good color to go with at least the 2 darker guys that I've painted so far. The ones I started in contrast black and then brought up to a field gray kind of color.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm about to say, whoever's blowing up my phone, sorry, you're just going to have to wait. Just going to have to wait.
Oh, pardon. Oof.
Yeah, that thing keeps lighting up. Somebody's trying to talk to me, but not now, buddy. Not now. We are live with NotJay, and we are painting Ewoks because it is. I just did a 60-hour week, and I'm about to go back and do another one, and so it's got to be fun hobby productivity time here. Gross.
Yeah,
That's true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I'm definitely doing 60 hours, 2 days off, 60 hours back. Ugh.
oof,
That's before OT too.
oof.
Hooray!
That's a bite in the nards.
Yeah, it's okay. I enjoy my job.
Well, I mean, it's good that you enjoy your job, but still, I mean, that's
It is. It's they're long weeks, especially because it's 120 hours in 14 days. But that's okay.
yeah.
I think it'll be closer to 130, but that's okay. Again, I enjoy my job. I don't mind staying late, going in early. So,
Yeah.
keeps me out of trouble.
As my mom used to tell me, it keeps me out of pool halls and massage parlors.
Yeah, it doesn't keep me out of jail. I've been to jail several times in the last couple weeks, but I was on the good side of that, like the Monopoly just passing through area.
Right. Damn it.
Yeah, not to go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Well, the other thing, though, you're talking about how many hours a week you would work. Before I switched my job, I worked 50 hours a week every week with only a day and a half off.
Yeah, exactly. Your schedule was weird at Pike County Lumber.
Yeah. The thing I like most about, well, besides not having to go to work until 8 and not working on Saturdays,
is feeding G pigs.
Well, besides that, I can get into a routine.
Yeah.
In other words, every morning I go in, I clock in, I grab the delivery tickets that have already been done so far that day. I then can go. I can then go and sit down at my desk, open the safe, pull the cash box out. Then I start processing everything.
Hell yeah.
So, it like I said, the routine is nice. I'm not, being pulled, aside saying, hey, I need you to find out where Miss Jablonski's shower components are. Where are they, or have they been delivered, or, did we send them to the wrong place? I'm not getting that BS all the time.
That's nice.
I'm able to, do my thing, answer the phone. Upon occasion, the president of the company comes out and says, hey, can you tell me, how many tons of guinea pig feed did we deliver down to Spectrum last week? Not how much they ordered, but how much was actually weighed and delivered.
Yeah.
By the way, that number last week was about 127,000 pounds.
Yeah.
So if you have a guinea pig,
you're welcome.
And you buy your guinea pig feed either from Walmart, Costco, or Meijer.
So yes, if you have a guinea pig.
If you have a guinea pig, you're welcome. That comes from Little Pike Feeds in Pike County, Illinois.
Yeah.
Charles says he's trimming counters. I hate trimming counters.
I just did a whole bunch of that, Charles. I trimmed the entirety of It Never Snows last week, and then I trimmed the Agincourt scenario for the game Men of Iron before realizing that the Men of Iron tri-pack had 7 full counter sheets of other counters and said, I guess I'll just play Agincourt and we'll come back to this. Because 7 full counter sheets is kind of obnoxious.
Yeah.
That each of those should have like 240 or something on it. That was kind of one of those, oof, we'll be back. We'll come back to these.
Right.
I don't need to do, what is that, 1,500 counters right now?
Oof.
1,500 counters, 6,000 corners. I'm okay right now. I am doing all right. Not doing that right at this second. So the real question is, all these sticks that they're doing, should I leave the bark on them and paint them like a gray color, or should I paint them like a real light color, like they've stripped the bark off of them and it's raw wood? I think my Ewoks might be fancy, and they've trimmed the bark off of it.
Yeah, that's the route I would go.
Yeah, these are fancy Ewoks. These aren't any of those scrubs that were in the movie. These are an organized Ewok militia. They are professionals. They know what they're doing. They know what they're about.
Yeah, can't go wrong with those.
Hell no. These Ewoks take the job of fighting the Imperial forces on the third forest moon of Endor quite seriously.
Right. Okay.
Man, I'll tell you what, one of the nice things that's kind of frustrating to a lot of people about 3D prints is there are, even on resin prints, granted, I'm not printing to the maximum that my printer can. I'm just printing at 0.5 millimeter or 0.05 millimeters per line. Not,
right.
2.5 or something like that. But there are slight lines in places. It's hard to find them, but if you find where the model was laying, you can kind of find them.
But you know what? That's okay.
It is. Oh, dude, it's perfectly fine. Honestly, it means that it's really, really hard to see any brush strokes.
Right.
Because of how those lines tend to collect the paint slightly differently, which I love. I love that. I would much rather have those lines that you have to hunt for to see.
Yep.
Than have to do, 80 layers because I got brush strokes on them. This pinky.
Were you going to be able to make it over on the 21st?
I will not be making it over on the 21st. I have to work the night before and that night.
That's too bad.
I will be there for J3 or Wiley Weekend in October.
Oh, outstanding.
I have those days off. So that is rapidly approaching, a little less than a month and a half away.
Yeah, that's happening.
I needed to figure out if I could test run a game or something there. I don't know.
Oh, absolutely.
So
absolutely. If you want to bring something, he would, just let him know, hey, can I get a table?
Yeah, I was about to say, because I was thinking about starting to test run some of these things I might want to do in March.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, dude.
Like I need tumbling dice to get my boats here to me. So I didn't quite order everything I'm going to need from Tumbling Dice because I kind of wanted to figure out one of the problems with their medieval/Renaissance line is that they don't have many pictures of it up. So I kind of ordered a bunch of stuff, not knowing exactly what I was going to get, which they're all like £1, so it's not a huge deal.
Right.
But I'd much rather order, 10 things at £1 each or 20 things at £1 each and figure out what I need and wait a month or so, than order, 60 pounds worth of stuff and then all of a sudden have a bunch of stuff I'm not going to use. Because that's no bueno. That really is no good. We're not playing that game.
Right.
But yeah, so we got that. But I think that I was about to say I got that. The 6 mil for the big battle that I was thinking about doing in March would not be hard to get painted up, given that most of them are already painted. It's just a question of, okay, there you go. And then I don't know if you guys are familiar with the channel or the rules, but Lord and Lands is a 6 millimeter design rule set for kind of medieval, also fantasy. Like the author Craig Armstrong, he just made them free. So you guys should all get on and download a copy of Lord and Lands. Honestly, I'd get on. I think he did. I mean, it's always been dirt cheap to get them on like War Games Vault or something. Like I think when I got them printed on Lulu, it was under $20, which is a steal. They're great rules. They're really good rules. The support for them is excellent. Like he's got some, like army lists aren't in the book, they're on his website, but he's got army lists for everything. There's historical armies, there's fantasy armies, there's armies for Lord of the Rings, there's armies for Game of Thrones. So that's what I'm basing stuff off of, is the armies for Game of Thrones. And then I've also got Lord of the Rings armies. But point is, you guys should all go on there. He has made them free. I would highly encourage you to A, download them, but B, then, donate or, buy the rules on War Games Vault once you like them, or on Lulu once you like them.
Yeah. Because, you need to support. We need to support our little guys.
Yeah. Nobody bats an eye about going out and spending, $60 on a rule set from Games Workshop or Warlord.
Yeah.
But then poor fucking Craig Armstrong over here is writing great rules that, they want to get $20 for, and we balk at the price, which I have been guilty of in the past. I'll be the first one to admit, but I am really trying to work on that, because that bugs the hell out of me that I used to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to be that guy anymore, because these little fellas work real hard. They don't have all these departments. There isn't a marketing department at, I don't even remember what the hell the name of his company is, or if it's just published by Craig Armstrong. I think it might just be published by Craig Armstrong. But, Long Face Games, David Manley's naval rule sets, there's not a marketing department at Long Face Games.
Yeah.
There is a very dedicated research department, because that man knows his shit. But,
and when you're talking about, I was using the wrong damn screw. You're talking about small companies, not having a this department or that department. A perfect example is Jay Wiley.
Yeah.
I mean,
his
literally, it's him and his wife
drinking coffee. Yeah.
Yeah. And two more delightful people you will never meet.
Yeah, that's very true. All right, that's Smock's done, guys. Well, painted the first layer. Yeah, that was my next point, was go on. Get some Wiley stuff. Go get some Wiley stuff. Same thing. Get the PDFs. Like I said, with Lord and Lands, get the free PDF, play with that, and then order, the full PDF, or order the printed version. Yeah, it's not hard. There's ways to do this where you don't spend a bunch of money and you've definitely tested the product before you pay for it. But just give it a shot. Do it. Go look at it. It's well worth it. It's all good stuff. They're small companies. Support our little fellas, because they need it just as much as we do. As much as, oh man, it's hard in COVID. Dog, it's hard on them too. It's hard on them too. Ooh, I'm going to use this brown green and mix that in here so that we get a little more, again, kind of a different color on these cloaks.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, because that's a little lighter too, and we'll just kick a bit of a highlight on there with this, because we're highlighting today, Chris.
We are.
What the fuck are we doing? Ladies and gentlemen, NotJay and
we are being, honest to God, true modelers.
Yeah, we're being hoity-toity today, guys. You are witnessing the end of an era.
Hey, should we be pedantic also?
Yes. Why, yes. Why, yes, Christopher. I believe we shall.
I love it.
And with this slightly brighter color, we're going to kind of hit the tops, right? Because that's how you highlight, right? You hit the tops.
Yeah.
It's a little watered down, so it should dry like slightly less opaque. I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Like, I don't want to give anyone watching this the impression that I have any friggin' idea what I'm doing.
Oh, that's for a fact.
Yeah, that's not me being modest or anything like that. I have no idea what I'm doing. I watched like 2 Goobertown Hobbies videos, and here I am.
Okay, come on, David.
But I'm just trying to kind of hit the higher raised stuff / the stuff that the sun would hit.
Right.
And then we'll see how that looks, how that works, and maybe come back and do a little bit more. I don't know. But I'm doing the edges too. I don't think that's how you're supposed to do it, but I'm doing all the edges too. I feel like I have heard the term edge highlighting at some point in time. I don't know if it's all the edges, but I am. Again, these are space teddy bears. Like, light catches their shit differently. We have space teddy bears here that have rocks that penetrate armor. Like, please critique my painting style. I would appreciate it. Just don't be a dick.
Right.
Because you know what? Wapple's going to tell me they look great. And he paints better than you do, YouTube viewer. I hate to tell you. And if I showed these to Jimmy, he'd be super enthusiastic and super happy, man.
Yeah, he would.
Mainly because he's the nicest person ever. And I love him. But
yeah, he is fairly amazing. There's no two words about it.
Yeah, fairly amazing. If that's not the most
whatever.
That's fucking fantastic. All right. Well, this is good. I'm going a little harder on the edges on these brown guys. Again, to kind of get a little bit of like differentiation here between their smocks and their fur. But yeah. And like I said, then we're hitting the edges and all that stuff. Just so that, again, there's a bit of a difference there. They don't look exactly the same. And actually, the way these are drying, it's the ultimate not Wapple because he has very, very high contrast highlights, like to the point of usually coming up to white almost.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not going to do that because I'm not that good at that. I don't understand the color theory behind it necessarily and all that stuff. But I am going to make it such that, it's slightly lighter. So that I can feel like I know what I'm doing. I'm no Jay Wiley. The Jay Wiley knows all this stuff because he's, legitimately a classically trained artist. He and Steve and all those other gentlemen who make their money doing art stuff.
Right. But, Charles also says the same. Both GMT tri packs haven't been touched. Doing some upgrade 2-step counters for Avalon Hill Africa Corps. If you want to make the Ewoks look more fierce, maybe red eyes and with blood dripping from their mouths, a little bit of a vampire meat eater look.
Ooh, is that a Charles suggestion?
Yeah.
Charles, I think we'll do some red eyes. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know what the hell color they're supposed to be, but since I don't know what hell color they're supposed to be, red works. Chris, no corrections.
Do it.
These are super walks. That sounds like a buffet I would definitely eat at. Super walk. I would definitely eat at Super Walk. I bet you their pot stickers and egg rolls are friggin' fantastic. Dear viewers, what would you like to see? Do you guys enjoy this? Well, I mean, this is pretty random, spur of the moment on a Sunday afternoon. There's next to no one watching live, although Charles is one of my favorite people on earth because he is. In the comments, guys, say do you like this? Do you like this format of stuff? Is this something you enjoy? Would you like to see other things done like this? Because let me tell you, I probably have the miniatures because I have a bit of a problem, as most of you know. But yeah, if this is the sort of thing you enjoy, we can absolutely make this happen. Just random painting, how to do. This isn't even a how to do because I don't know what I'm doing. We're just flying by the seat of our pants here, and hopefully it's working out.
You're flying by the seat of your boxers because you don't got pants on.
That's fair. We did cover that. You are correct. But yeah, hopefully, I mean, I'm sure there are other people out there that paint like this. Those more adventurous, fun-loving oddballs of us, There you go. I was just watching the very start of Joy of Wargaming put up a video today, Chris, where he is beginning to play. He was trying to play 15 millimeter Napoleonic naval stuff using Old Glory's Merrimack line, but their resin caster isn't doing too great right now, so they aren't casting resin at the moment, which is sad.
Yeah.
For whoever that is, feel better. So if you're listening, or if Russ or Connie Dunaway or Teresa Gregory or anybody are listening, please pass on my concerns for your your resin caster. I hope everything's doing all right. I've bought lots of stuff from them, and I will continue to do so into the future. Because again,
who's that again?
Old Glory.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Again, they're slightly. I don't know if they're necessarily larger, but they've been around for a long time. Mom and pop company. And yeah, like here's a fun fact. If you call Old Glory to place a phone order during the day and it's around lunchtime, the owner, Russ, will answer the phone because Teresa is at lunch.
Right.
And then you can talk to Russ for a minute, put your order in. The last time I did that, he asked like, hey, yeah, is there any sort of rush on this thing? And I said, yeah, kind of. I need to paint up. I was ordering 6 Kettenkrads, 6 German little, not Kettenkrads, Kubel wagons.
Yeah.
That I needed. I was going to play in a bolt action game because Warlord made it so you could take 5 of them as one platoon choice. And just basically I made a flying circus of these stupid things. Because I think only 2 of them or 3 of them out of the 5 can have machine guns on them. The rest of them are just rifles fired by their occupants. But I figured it'd be funnier than hell to watch 5 of them flying around the board. So I did. And it was funny as hell. They were pretty worthless because, many of them had just a dude in it with a rifle shooting out the back of it. But
right.
It was really fun. And I said, yeah, I'm trying to play this in the next week or so. He's like, oh, okay. Those damn figures. See, normally Old Glory, they cast as orders come in, which is not a problem. I really kind of appreciate it because it's kind of one of those, we're not going to jump. If you don't order a huge order, we're not going to just shut you off to the side while we fill these big orders first and we might get to you in a week or so.
Right.
But what that means is that sometimes it takes a minute to get your order. Well, I'll tell you what, I had those Kubel wagons in 72 hours, like at my door. I didn't know the post office could do things that quickly.
Dude, that's like that's like John Tuffley with Ground Zero Games.
Oh yeah, except he gets that shit across the pond in under a week.
Yeah, I know.
I think he's got to be just flying it across and dropping that shit in a USPS box at LaGuardia or something. Given how fast you guys are describing his games getting to you.
So Warmutt says, man, it's all right.
What is?
Format's okay. Average.
Oh, you don't count Warmutt.
Thumbs up. Oh, and there's some thunder. Oh, it's dark outside. Holy shit.
I have not looked outside. I was going to try and cut my grass this afternoon. That ain't happening.
Yeah, fuck that.
Well, the issue is I haven't been able to because the stupid gas company has had my front yard covered in shit the last week or like 3.
That's no bueno.
Yeah, it's not because I'm not going to have to cut my grass because they're just going to kill it all. And then I'm going to have to hire Warmutt to come up here and fix it.
Here you go. Charles says, Ewoks are resistant to mind tricks. Can you see Vader trying to mind control them as they're all overwhelming him and biting into his machinery? Why do you think he didn't actually go down to the forest floor? He stayed up there in the towers, fully surrounded by lots of laser guns and
he's not messing with furry Jawas.
Yeah, ain't happening.
He's done Jawas. He's not doing he's done with little creatures that don't speak English very well.
Yeah. Oh, he's also done with taller creatures that don't speak basic very well either.
With the sand people. That's
right. He myrtleized those things way back.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He was never able to fully myrtleize the Jawas. He had to send his Star Wars to myrtleize, or his Star Wars Stormtroopers. Jesus Christ!
I knew where you're going.
To myrtleize the Jawas. He couldn't do it to the Jawas. He was scared of them. He had to send his ground troopers to do that.
Yep.
The best part about that is that Obi-Wan's like, these are too precise. These are Imperial Stormtroopers. And that's like 5 minutes into the movie. And then for the rest of the series, Stormtroopers don't hit shit.
So I got 2 theories on that. And I may expound upon this in a Star Wars minute for the War Room. But unless proven otherwise with the new Kenobi series, he remembers clone troopers.
Well, but
who are
he
crack
says
shots.
Imperial stormtroopers, homie.
I know. I know what he's talking about. But we need to see in the new series how much interaction he's had with stormtroopers.
That's fair.
And he may be, just remembering, oh, guys in white plastoid armor shooting really good. Those were his.
When all else fails, Sir Alec Guinness said it, so it's right.
Agreed.
Yeah. Also, the hilarious part that he hated those movies. But yeah.
Yeah. The other thing is that it's been theorized by many fans that the reason why. Hello.
Did you get a cat?
No, nice peal of thunder.
Oh, okay. I couldn't hear that.
They were told by Darth Vader to intentionally miss them, to drive them.
Shit? Yeah,
to drive them back to the Falcon so they could track them back. I gotta lend some credence to that.
Darth Vader is one crafty bitch.
Oh yeah. Tarkin says it. I hope you're right. We got a lot riding on this. And to an extent, Vader was right. It did lead him back to the rebel base. But
oopsies.
Yeah. So,
Okay, 2 more cloaks. 2 more smocks, baby. We'll save his smock for the end because he's going to be the cool guy. He's the unique guy. Yeah, man. That's a good point. I want to build a bunch, or I want to print out a bunch more of these. I was thinking about the guys who just have rocks in their hands.
Yeah.
Building like a catapult and then just having them standing around it, like kind of as crew members and stuff. I need to rewatch Return of the Jedi and kind of get a feel for what kind of heavy weapons, support weapons, crew served weapons these goobers were running around with. Because I feel like there was at least one catapult in the movie.
Yes, and actually, hold on. Let me find it for you. They do have an Ewok on a speeder bike.
They do. I don't have a speeder bike, and I'm not a fan of. I don't need to convert legs for an Ewok riding a speeder bike. I know they do.
No. They've got it. It prints the speeder bike.
There's an Ewok on a speeder bike STL.
Yes.
Well, all right. There might be a few of those then. Son of a bitch. Well, this is good though, because like I said, I've been running the wheels off that thing, and I need more things to print, so that will be printed.
Okay, so the catapult comes with 2 Ewoks carrying a rock, an Ewok pulling the lanyard, and a pile of rocks.
Wait, there's a 3D sculpt of.
Yeah, there's an STL of a Ewok catapult.
Well, hot damn.
I'm sending it to you now.
Folks,
because we have a problem.
Yeah, because we have a problem, and that problem is the 2 trucks and armored cars that are printing upstairs right now are probably getting close to done, which means I need to build CDB files, CTB, not CDB, CTB files, so that I can print these.
Yeah. So the Ewok on the speeder, you got two types. You got one where he's sitting there, and one where he's being blown back in the wind legs stretched out straight behind him.
And as soon as I flip them on their x-axis, I will have 4 types. So as soon as they are mirror images of themselves, so that the sculpts aren't exactly the same, or so that they don't look the same on the table,
right?
There will be 4 sculpts.
Let's see. You guys are going to get hammered with some rain now, or in about 20 minutes. It's already happening, dude. Looking at the radar.
Warmuth's over out in Arizona checking out our radar.
Yep. Charles says he does have 2 Star Wars figures I need to paint. I think my daughter's friend gave her a handball-sized replica of the Death Star and also 2x3-inch, half-inch thick replica of Han Solo frozen in carbonite. There you go, brother.
Well, that's cool.
What other cool things they have?
Is this all on Thingiverse, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, hot damn.
Oh, here we go. Ewok drummers.
Nice.
Yep. They got one that's got the helmets sitting on the pegs in front of him.
Oh, nice. Even better.
Yep, that's getting sent to you.
See, it's shit like this that I enjoy. Like, I printed off a bunch of goblins, too.
Yeah.
In addition to this one that's pissing. Because I enjoy playing with the little goobery things.
Here's some more. They've got knives and spears.
Nice.
Looks to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's 5 sculpts. You're going to have 10.
This is fantastic. I legitimately thought I was going to wind up with one little warband of these guys, and that was it.
Oh, no, dude.
Kind of sad. No longer. No longer be sad, McMurray.
No, and what you do with these assholes is you make them just all grunts.
Yeah.
So you can have 30 of the bastards on the table.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and then playing bigger battles is going to be a massacre. It's going to be a nightmare for people. Yeah. Like, people are just not going to have enough shots.
Oh, here you go. One blowing, he's got a spear in one hand and like a conch shell in the other, or some sort of like bantha horn or some damn shit.
Nice.
So that's lighting up your phone right now.
Yes, it is. I can see it out of the corner of my eye. And
bling, bling, bling.
My discussion with Chris Arnold has 7 missed messages. I am excited. Are these mostly by the same sculptor on Thingiverse?
It looks like it.
Okay. I have found that tends to be kind of how it works. Somebody's got a thing that they do.
Yeah. Here's one. It's 3 Ewoks. It's a diorama. It's 3 Ewoks surrounding the melted Darth Vader helmet.
Oh, dog.
You got to have that one.
Yes, I do.
Because as stated, we have problems.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. All right, there is the first layer of highlights on all their coats, or their smocks. Oh, wow, that actually focused kind of well.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do one more, just kind of around the face and the ears.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm dropping them and shit. That's fine. They're 3D printed. If they screw up, we are an hour and 13. Ooh, I got to hurry up, Chris. We're an hour and 13 minutes into this thing.
Yeah, we are.
I'm too much and too much talking. Not enough work. We're gonna go kind of balls out. I just dunked some real bright paint into this. So let's see how I can. Ugh, that is becoming the consistency of unalcoholed oil paint. We need to get some Wawa in here. We got some Wawa in here. I could probably do better than using the brush I'm trying to paint with to mix, but again, we're right back to that. I'm not very good at this. And these brushes are already pretty trashed. This, however, is proof that you, A, don't have to have expensive brushes, because these are all multi-pack brushes from Hobby Lobby or Michael's to start with.
Yeah.
And the only reason most of them have any tip on them is because the rest of the brush is crammed with paint. Yeah, I think this layer is going to be basically reserved for the edges of stuff. And that's about it. This is funny because I actually have a buddy here that plays Legion who cannot stand Ewoks. Like, has said that if they put out Ewoks for Legion, he will stop playing Legion.
See, I'm not a fan of Ewoks, but come on, man. Don't be that way.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm going to show up and drop these onto the table. They have no points in Legion, no nothing. You can't play with them in Legion. I'm still going to show up and drop them on the table just to see the aneurysm. Because he takes everything far too seriously, and I find that humorous. Yeah. All right. These are actually turning out not too bad, man. I'm kind of surprised. Again, so guys, what you're watching is shit that like a year ago, if not even less, I probably would have either laughed or been irritated at somebody for them suggesting that I do this. And here we are, putting highlights on this guy. You can't see him. To bring those edges out really high. So what do you know? Improvement does sometimes come. You just got to wait for it.
Yep.
Got to wait for a project that inspires you to do it. If you try and tell yourself, I'm going to do this on this project, when you don't necessarily want to do it on that project, it's probably not going to happen, man.
Yeah.
But
agreed.
When you want to fuck with somebody and that's your primary motivation, and that's your primary motivation for most things in life, man, you can do incredible things. And these models are going to not look too bad, man. They are going to come out okay. And now, anytime somebody wants to learn how to paint Ewoks for Star Wars Legion, they are going to search, and this video is going to come up, and they are going to be screwed.
Yep.
Most of these Legion guys are expecting Duncan Rhodes type stuff, and that is not what they are going to get, my friends.
No.
No.
Not in the slightest.
Thin your paints, clean your brush. No. Damn near the shit posting of the painting world is making the Ewok tutorial.
Right.
That's okay, though. That's okay. Is this perfect? Hell no. Hell to the no, no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, 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 no. No, this is far from perfect. But you know what? It's a functional paint job that's getting on the figures. They're going to get on the table. They're going to be played with. They're going to be loved. They're going to be enjoyed. They're going to cause some minor heart attacks and a lot of laughs. And that's what this is all about. Having fun.
It is.
Having fun, messing with your friends, giving them trouble, getting a laugh out of it, and having a good time.
Agreed.
Okay. And the fun part about this is I think I am going to go over my hour and a half goal. These aren't 15 mil. If these were 15 mil, they'd have been done 45 minutes ago.
Right.
So we're going to go over the hour and a half goal. But I would say probably around that 2-hour mark, we're going to be wrapping this up and just kind of doing extra. I mean, we're already, for the record, doing extra stuff on top of NotJay and my normal paint jobs. I want to point that out. This is all already extra because this is the third layer of highlights we're doing on their smocks, and we did 2 highlights on their fur and all that stuff. This is extra, extra, extra anyways. But by 2 hours, we're going to be well in hand, pretty much done with these, doing fart around stuff maybe. And that'll be 7 models in 2 hours. That's nothing to sneeze at. That's nothing to sneeze at block painting some models. That's quicker than usual block paint. Part of this does have to do with, again, the fact that don't care. I didn't spend money on these really. So if something doesn't work out, I can always paint over it, which is something everybody needs to remember is you can always paint over stuff, man. It's just paint. They're not oils. They're acrylics. Like this shit will be dry in, 2-3 minutes. Paint over it. But also, again, it's for fun, dude. Who cares?
Yeah.
Let's get a little more of that obnoxiously bright in there. We're toning out here, Chris. We're going down to too close to what the last layer was, and I don't really feel like doing that because I'm not going to do this 20 layers thing. I am doing more than 1 layer, which the world can be happy about. All right, there we go. Again, it's stuff like this, guys, that Charles, I know we said your first model is going to look, not like what you want it to. Stuff like this, Charles, doesn't take any talent whatsoever. It's just extra time. There's no tricks to this. There's no advanced skills. There's none of that. We're just taking some more time to put more paint on these figures. Which, again, honestly, kind of helps these guys because the more paint we get on them, I realize this isn't the objective. We're not really losing detail, but we are kind of covering those print lines if there are any. The other nice thing is we're not doing a dry brush really per se. We're really controlling where it's going on more than a traditional dry brush does. So we can kind of paint across those lines and over those lines as opposed to picking up on all of them, which is a nice thing. I really noticed that painting FDM printed terrain was dry brushes and washes don't always work. Those aren't always the options because sometimes that just kind of exacerbates the problem. So we're not going to do that. We're going to do some stuff like this. And it's working, man. It's working. I'm going to have to show up to game night at 8380 Watson Road for any of you current or future viewers who are anywhere close to the St. Louis area. Cannot recommend game night enough. Show up there on a Tuesday night. Odds are I'll be out there playing something. I have to take these up to game night and smack them on a table with some Legion guys and play Fistful of Lead because God knows I'm not going to learn how to play Legion, especially not with figures that don't have rules for them.
Right.
But I will play the ever-living shit out of some Galactic Heroes inside of a crowded game store with these models.
Right.
And hopefully sell some copies of Galactic Heroes for one of the best hobby companies on earth. Well, one of my most beloved hobby companies. How about that? They're certainly my beloved. All right. Guys, these are fucking coming along. Excuse me. These are coming along quite well. I'm pretty delighted here.
It's good.
I'm going to have to come back and touch up some of the skin. Like, I got some overspill on the faces. Well, I tell you what, at 11 inches away from approximately, I can't see it, so I'm not coming back for shit. Okay. That's not how any of this works, guys. That's not how any of this works.
Crossing Obstacle Gaming says, "Hey all, hello."
What's up, buddy? Crossing Obstacles Gaming. Are you new here? I'm not. That's not a bad thing. Is this your first time on one of the streams? I just don't recognize the name, and it'd be cool to.
Yeah, I don't recognize either. Oh, by the way, if you have not already subscribed, please subscribe.
Joseph Arnold.
Shut up.
Is the name of the channel you need to subscribe to. This is just an affiliate channel of his.
Shut up. No, seriously though, Joseph Arnold's the web or the YouTube page, Joseph Arnold, is my nephew. For the longest time, he had more subscribers than I did. That's where this is coming from McMurray, because he's a jackass.
Yeah, because that used to bug NotJay.
And I love him for it.
So much. Can't believe my nephew. How old is Joey?
10.
Like 10? Yeah. I can't believe my 10-year-old nephew has more subscribers than I do. Well, tell you what, I just went and subscribed, man. That Joseph
and he says he's already subscribed. Outstanding. So since you're already subscribed, if we hit 100 subscribers, and I am currently, last I checked, at 44. Yep, currently at, double check to make sure I didn't get any extras. Nope, I'm still at 44. Excuse me. If we get another 66 before December 31st.
56, Chris?
56 more. I don't maths well.
That's what I said, 56.
Yeah. If we get 56 more subscribers to make me break 100 before the end of this year, December 31st, 2021, 11:59:59, I will paint one of my Star Wars models and send it to you in a drawing.
Shit, I'll put a model into that. Yeah, we'll toss an Ewok in there too.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll toss an Ewok in there.
So you have, as a subscriber, you have a chance of winning a 3D printed Ewok and another model randomly chosen by me to paint up and send. They're not great models, greatly painted models. I'll show you kind of what you're in for, what you're looking at. It might be good, it might be bad, who knows. Let's see.
You know what? They're painted figures, man. You can put painted figures on the table with no work from you.
Let me kick over to my side here.
Yeah.
We got this guy right here, I think he looks good.
Oh yeah. I'd play with that model. I'd so play with that model.
Easy killer. Here's my Cassian. I think he turned out nice.
My stupid self got my brother's Disney Plus log on and still haven't watched any of this stuff.
Dude,
I know.
You need to.
Isn't the original like Ewoks show on there, like the animated thing?
I don't remember.
Dog, I remember watching that when I was a kid, and it was the coolest thing.
Honestly, I think he turned. Okay, John or Charles, you're talking about how you're gonna get your new. You're going to paint up these figures and you're not sure if you're going to like them. I was completely up in the air on this guy because I started painting him all black. And then I remembered, wait, his cloak is supposed to be brown.
What? Wait, it is?
Yeah. It's supposed to be a brown cloak. So I dry brushed brown over it. And then highlighted with a little Iraqi sand.
Looks good to me.
And I think it turned out amazing.
Yeah, it looks good to me, dog.
So,
long story short, Charles.
Warmutt says he'll throw in a Twinkie. Yeah, I'm teasing. All right, time to go visit mom. Take care, dudes.
Hi, Brian. Warmutt, I didn't realize you were still on here. Good to hear from you, buddy.
Yeah, definitely. Here's my my Cassian Andor.
Yeah.
With cat fur.
Nothing wrong with that.
Imagine that. Me having, models with cat fur. Here you go. Here's my my Darth Vader.
Oh, Charles, you can paint 16 or 14 figures by Christmas.
No, he's talking about subscribers.
Oh, okay. Well, hell, Charles. I'll see you up there. I didn't even realize. I think I'm subscribed to you. I don't know. I don't subscribe to anything on YouTube, really. I'm bad at that.
Yeah, he is.
I'm not Todd with 800, subscribed channels.
I got this freaky deaky looking dude.
Yeah, that thing's wild. I don't know what the hell that is.
Let's see. Oh, here we go. With the fur.
I like it. That's really brightly painted. I like that. That's a cool looking model.
Yeah. Well, she's supposed to be brightly painted.
I like that. Yeah.
Oh. Lando Calrissian, cool as the other side of the pillow.
Yeah, no shit. That's awesome.
So, yeah. I'll get, and he turned out real well, too. Cad Bane. So, yeah, I'll paint up a Star Wars figure for y'all and send them out.
All right, I got one more Ewok to do, Mr. NotJay, and then we're just probably going to do weapons, and that might be about it, to be honest with you, because I'm not sure what else I would. Oh, yeah, weapons and rocks, and then I forgot we got to do bright ass eyes for Charles, my man Charles with red eyes. Not Charles with red eyes. Charles does not have red eyes. Charles is a delightful man, not evil. These Ewoks are going to have red eyes at his suggestion. Feel like that needed to be stated. Charles is not evil with red eyes. Charles is a very nice man. Yes. These Ewoks are going to have evil red eyes. Huh. Oh, Shnikey, I didn't realize apparently I was supposed to be eating dinner with my family tonight. My dad just texted me asking me about that. So, no matter what, this will have to be done in the next hour or so. I doubt we're going to stay live that long anyways, but there is some end in sight for you fine viewers who feel trapped here. And NotJay.
Oh. What's your channel, Charles? I forgot.
I think it's just Charles Latour, isn't it? Or Latour, isn't it? Because I remember he had one video up that everybody was going to go watch. I think it was a thank you to Todd or Jeff or somebody. Or Matt, maybe. Somebody sent him stuff. But I think it's Charles Latour. But yeah, he's got a good looking shelf full of games there, Charles. I recall that.
All right. You've got you should have 28 now.
Yeah, there you go. And then Crossing Obstacles, is that a YouTube channel as well, or is that just a gentleman on YouTube? Crossing Obstacles, do you have a YouTube channel, or do you just hop on YouTube like me and do stuff? I don't have a YouTube channel either. People always These goofs are always telling me I need to do that, but I don't have the
If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. I mean, whatever.
I don't have the patience or the wherewithal to do the technology side of it, so it's okay. Much rather just help out other folks. Be on and talk and say hello.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'd tag the shit out of this one, Chris, with, Galactic Heroes, Star Wars, fucking Legion, Ewoks. I don't know how that works on YouTube, but who knows? If it gets you a couple more viewers, couple more subscribers, couple more views, titty sprinkles.
Exactly.
And then when you're a famous YouTuber with Ferraris and shit and Lamborghinis, you gotta at least drive by my house or something.
Oh yeah, that'll happen.
All right, good. All right, good. Good. All right. There are 7 Ewoks with friggin' highlights galore on them, which is, again, I'd like to reiterate, real weird. Real weird. Crossing Obstacles Gaming. All right, there we go. What do you normally do on there? Crossing Obstacles. I would love to look at it, but I am currently preoccupied and coming in at current 6 minutes over budget. So we got to get rocking here.
Yeah, but you know what? That's okay. You know why?
Who gives a shit?
Well, no. Besides that, you're doing more than I was expecting you to do.
Yeah, again, it's cool when you find a hobby project like this that gets you to go well above what you normally would do and what you're used to doing. Like these nights that I did a couple weeks ago or last weekend, same thing. I highlighted their orange and shit. I have some on foot that I was thinking about painting up like the bad guys from Braveheart. But I didn't have them primed yet, and I kind of wanted to see if I had the colors to do it if I did want to. So I said, you know what? I'll paint up these guys and see what they look like. And guess what? It worked.
Okay, so excuse me. You should now be at 116 Crossing Obstacles Gaming.
There we go. Look at this. We're hanging out. We're sharing. We're improving everyone's craft. What is
looks like a month ago he had a broken hand.
Oh, you all right, Crossing Obstacles? Hopefully that's all better now. Again, what kind of stuff do you usually do on your YouTube channel? Are you a miniature gamer guy? Do you have something you really like doing? Something in specific? Is there a game that's like your thing? Like we all kind of really like Fistful of Lead and stuff, but obviously that isn't necessarily for everyone. It could be for everyone, but not everyone is cool. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
if you do, holler. Let us know, man.
To say we like Fistful of Lead.
It's a bit of an understatement, but that's okay.
Yeah, I'm showing off all the books.
Oh, well, I can't do that right now.
I know you can't, and that's why I'm doing it for you.
There it is. I was about to say, that is kind of a hallmark of at least NotJay and I on this channel is keep your Fistful of Lead rule books close to the hobby desk so that at any point in time we can just pull them all out and start messing with Wiley or anybody else.
Well, the good thing is with my new desk, it's got a hutch and it's got a slot just for my Fistful of Lead books.
Nice. There you go.
I mean, literally, boom.
Yeah.
That's how close they're going to be. They're not going to have to be shoved into some weird, orifice in a box off to the side.
Oh, man, there is thunder going on outside, buddy.
Yeah. Yep. He says, show off my painted miniatures, talk about gaming rules, do terrain tutorials and such. Outstanding.
Look at you go, man. Well, I'm going to have to check that out then. I feel like you're going to be one of those folks that I listen to and watch as I'm rolling around. I tend to drive a lot for work and outside of work. And so I tend to have YouTube playing random stuff. It's cool that I will have another new channel to explore. That's outstanding. All right. So these wood aspects are about to be finished with their base coat. We'll do a couple coats on them too, since apparently that's just what we're doing now.
He says he just started painting again after breaking his hand.
Well, I'm happy to hear you're back, man. What's on the bench right now?
And he says it's mainly historicals, World War II, World War I, mainly battle group.
My man, look at you go. That's awesome. What scale do you usually play battle group at? Both a scale of figures, and then one of the cool things about battle group, for those of you guys who aren't in the know with battle group, is that you can play battle group basically anywhere from, I think, squad, but mainly platoon, all the way up through battalion and stuff sized actions, which is pretty stinking cool.
Yeah. The thing I would have to say, though, is the higher you go up in command level, you really need to know when to stop tracking your ammunition.
You don't track ammunition battle group.
I must be thinking of a different game, because there was a game that had a name similar to battle group where you tracked the type of round your tank fired.
That is not, well, it might be battle group, but it's not a rule I've ever played with in battle group.
And we were doing it at the battalion level.
That would suck. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, and it turned me off of the game hard. That
is not your concern if you are a battalion commander. You're not telling your guys what to load.
Exactly. He also says he plays Clash of Spears. Now, the thing about Clash of Spears, I've got a personal connection on that. Francisco, one of the authors, he and his brother are from Argentina, but Francisco lives in Austin, Texas, and when I lived there, I gamed with him on a very regular basis. Oh, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
That's super cool. Let's do.
Charles says, what I do is very much on the cheap $10 microphone for my Google Pixel phone, 60-year-old camera tripod. That's it for my technology. Hey, fair enough. At least you're doing it, man. At least you're doing it. You know,
and you are getting it done, Mr. Charles.
All of what I am doing now is strictly my webcam on my MacBook Pro and my coming on probably 18-year-old Plantronics headset.
Oh man, so instead of grabbing Black Templar, I grabbed Wildwood for the undercoat on this blaster.
But is it looking good?
We're gonna see. I mean, it's not looking bad. We're gonna still do a heavy brush of again, Necromancer cloak over the top of it. Maybe it might just make it look older. Like instead of trying to put a brown wash on it, I might just kind of do this and see how we look. That's a good question. Huh. Well, there we go, guys. We're exploring because I made an oopsie.
No mistakes.
Yeah.
No mistakes.
Just made a happy little accident, which coincidentally is what my parents did 32 years ago.
There you go. Whatcha?
Self-burn. Those are rare. But so we're going to kind of roll with it and see how it works, because right now this is not looking how I want it to look.
Right.
But I think I can make it work, and we'll see. That being said, I did kind of skip over and do this real quick before going and highlighting the wooden weapons, because I know that the contrast is going to take a minute to dry. And so we're just going to set him back here now for a minute. And we'll check back in a moment. See, this is when if we were tech savvy and stuff, this is a pre-recorded video, it would be like
right.
Skip ahead, but we're not, and so it's not, and we're not going to. And now we're going to find that desert yellow. I don't know if desert yellow is going to go on here well. Yeah, that's lighter.
He says I play battle group in 15 mil, God's true scale, in platoon level.
There you go. So single base, that must be fun. I really enjoy that. I've got a bunch of stuff that I just based up like that and painted to play Chain of Command with Todd. I think we're going to play the Jumbo Gap Pint Size campaign. I'm not going to lie, I really enjoy painting 15 millimeter for that kind of stuff because it paints up so quickly. And it's just delightful. So this, I don't know what the hell I'm doing with this. We're just going to kind of get like solid at the top and then kind of bleed it down. Yeah, this looks ugly, but whatever. With the lighter color on the wood, I'm kind of doing a ring here and then just stretching it down the half of this spears and stuff. I don't know. It doesn't look great. I did this way too fast. I've splotched it on other stuff. That's going to bug the hell out of me. I'll come back and hopefully if I like paint a line wash that, like where I get a real fine wash and I just get it right into the gaps.
Yeah.
I can fill that in and not have to worry about it.
Very cool.
So I definitely did that too quickly and got a little sloppy.
And crossing obstacles gaming, you got yourself another subscriber from Charles.
There you go, Charles. Good job. There we go. We're going to come back and hit this guy. Get the hell out of here. I got a fly flying around me, and I don't know where the hell it came from. It's because when it gets hot in Missouri, man, they tend to just like sprout out of nowhere. It's weird as hell.
Dude, we got flies at the feed mill that are like the size of my thumbnail.
Yeah.
Those bastards are gargantuan.
Oh, I'm sure. Absolutely, man. Look at what you're doing. Look what you're handling.
Yeah. So
all right, we're gonna go really, really, really light on these rocks. Actually, I still have a hair bit of wash still wet over here, I think. Oh no, not really. Let's see if we can get some water in there from finishing up those Zimmerman Telegram guys. Let's see if we can get a little bit of water. We got just some shininess in this wash. Maybe get that down into next to the spears here. Just kind of flow over that real quick. And then there's a spot where the primer didn't get on these guys, so we're going to get that in there. There we go. Okay. Hopefully that takes care of that. Sorry, guys. All right. And now, like I said, we're going to get really light with some super light gray. Oh, there you can see the purple in it really well. With super light gray.
There you go.
Rocks. Oh. Now I just feel bad because I'm using way too much paint. I'm getting way too much dirt on the palette. But the cool thing is every one of these guys has handfuls of rocks. Some of them just have other stuff also.
Right.
So in Fistful of Lead, I'm going to be able to say that they all have thrown projectile weapons, which is going to be kind of fun. But like I said, we're going to come in really light with that. And we'll probably do another wash on top just to dumb those down a little bit. But yeah. Just because it'll really bring the room together, to use a quote from one of my favorite movies. It'll really just tie everything together if we put a wash down on top of that. We are not going to highlight the rocks at all. That's not a thing we're into here. That being said, I don't know if you guys picked up on how excited I am that NotJay just sent me a shitload more files for Ewoks.
Yep. You know, brother.
I am pretty stinking excited about that. Which probably means this is not the last one of these videos you're going to see.
Probably not.
Not that there is anything at all even close to wrong with that. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm having a blast. Chris, I hope you're having fun.
Absolutely.
Good. Here's one thing I was thinking about trying to do, but the models that are out there aren't super conducive for it. Starfighters with X302s and Death Gliders and Alkeshes and Teltecs from SG1.
Yeah.
The models that are out there are not the best. Kind of like if you want to paint, Hatoks and like the Prometheus and stuff for big starfighters. those are also not the best of models, but that's okay. That might just be kind of one of those things that hangs out and waits until somebody puts up, and then every few months I'll check on Thingiverse and see what's up there. And if there's anything new, I'll check it out and see what looks good. One thing that does bug me about these Ewoks are the spear points are way too nice to be stone, but that's okay. We're still going to paint them up as rocks. These Ewoks are technologically advanced. They're good at cutting rock. So there's that. Okay, there's those guys. They've got rocks painted. We're going to come back because this blaster rifle needs some. That's real brown. We need to get black on there. We're going to highlight that so that it comes up and looks beat up and worn. Because if this is an Ewok, he's probably been carrying this thing around for a while and has surely not taken care of the proper Imperial field manual level maintenance that it deserves. Yeah. So again, here, the cool thing is we're not really concerned about getting a complete ultra covered layer. Because a little bit of that brown shows through. Honestly, it's a dark enough brown. It's just going to look like stuff crammed down into the gadgetry on this blaster rifle. And that really won't look too bad. Again, it'll kind of be like having a wash on there already. If we were to come back and do a real dark like Agrax or something. Not to mention the fact that who knows, maybe the Imperial trooper that had this rifle before liked painting stuff. There are guys now that love painting their rifles. Who knows? Maybe that's what this Imperial trooper was doing. Maybe he's a painted rifle guy. Maybe he's Pat Rogers and he likes painted rifles. I don't know. I doubt Pat Rogers would get dropped by an Ewok, but you never do know. Maybe he thought he was fuzzy looking and wanted to pet him.
Yep.
You never do know. All right, so what all do we actually have left to do on these? What color do we want to make the rope binding on their stuff?
Kind of a.
I feel like that needs to be a brown.
Yeah, maybe like a light brown hay color.
That's what the haft of the spears is. We're gonna get this brown right here. I'm just gonna get a drop of it on the brush because we're gonna wind up coming back and washing this also to kind of tie these spearheads together on here. So I want to make sure that it's a thin layer because the detail is not, like I said, super deep.
Right.
But I still want to be able to catch it with a wash. Okay, there we go. There's that. I think we'll do the same color on the bags, the pouches on the slingshots as well. Because they're kind of those weird long slingy thingies. They look like slingshots, but they're also pole slings. I don't know how the hell that would work with a physics standpoint, but again, we're talking about animated fuzzy teddy bears that can throw rocks to kill stormtrooper armor.
Right.
So we get right back to that crucial question of who gives a shit. And the most important answer there is not me and not Chris. So
facts.
As long as Charles and Obstacle Gaming are cool with it, we're good. All right. So here we go. Okay, so this is turning out okay. That's a cool brown color that works well for kind of a natural leather-y feel. Wow, these pouches printed really, really well. This is insanely fine detail. These are thinner than the thinnest supports I've seen, and these things printed just fine. Holy shnikey. Wow. Impressive. God damn, Elegoo Mars. That's wild. Mars 2 Pro. What with the big guy? It was like $20, I think, more than the Mars Pro.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to do the Pro because it would have the LED screen or the monochrome screen.
Right.
Which means it can print a lot faster and it'll last a lot longer, which I like because I tend to run the wheels off of stuff when it works. And I'm not gonna lie, at first most of my exposure times I'm using the ABS like gray plastic.
Yeah.
And most of my exposure times when I started, I was running them at like 7 seconds. I saw that there were guys running it down at like 2 and 2.5. I set it down to 3. Shit's printing the same, if not a little bit better. I had one failure, a real light failure, printing at 7, which I don't think was actually that was the reason it failed. But switching to a 2.5 to 3 second exposure time has resulted in no extra failures, but it takes the print time and reduces it by about 40%, which is pretty awesome. Yeah. All right. So got a bit of a stretch in there. What do we need to do? We need to wash rocks. We need to paint eyes. I need to get something else on this. Let's get some uniform gray in with the other colors that are here. Maybe a little bit more necromancer cloak to start with, and we'll just get a little bit of a highlight on there to make that blaster pop out just a little bit more, Sorry if this is getting excessively annoying to you guys, me babbling as I'm painting. Hopefully it's not. You guys can see just how disorganized my painting desk is that I'm having to get all over in front of my camera to find a brush. Ooh, farted. My brother is trying to call me on Messenger right now. Obviously, that's not going to work, Mike. Sorry. I'm going to see you in like a half hour. Jeez, Lou. Some people, man. Some people's kids, dog.
Right. So I just found an XB or a B58 Hustler on Thingiverse.
You mean you're in Chitterbox right now?
Yeah. And printing it in 1/600th scale
is huge.
It's going to be 49 millimeters tall.
Yeah, it is huge.
Or long. Let me see. Let's slice that bad boy. See, what is your bottom exposure time?
On my Mars 2 Pro?
Yeah.
35 seconds.
Okay, that's half of what I have mine set at. What is your exposure time per layer?
3 usually, 2.5.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fast.
Mine's set at 15.
Yeah, it's fast, dude. It's fast. You're using a red resin though, right?
Red clear, yeah.
Yeah, I know the reds theoretically take longer than others to go. I was always told that using the Elegoo red or Elegoo maroon when I had the non-translucent. When I was using maroon, I always got told, hey, make sure you let that expose a little longer. So this didn't turn out how I wanted it to. It's way more gray than I did want it. So we're going to hit it with some metallic, a real dark metallic, and then maybe we'll rock it down.
Charles has got it right here. Ewoks on speeders versus Napoleonics on dinosaurs.
I found some halflings on dinosaurs that I almost printed out. That would have been entertaining. I'm pretty sure I have the files. I just don't think I ever got to the point of really super duper slicing them up. Let's see here. That'd be entertaining though. Hell yeah. Let's do it, Charles.
So this thing would print in 5 hours, 39, basically 5 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah, so I'd be probably looking at about 3. Because my exposure settings were set, like I said, 7-8 seconds. There you go. So now we got it. It's silvery. It looks like it's been polished within an inch of its life. There we go. Okay. Now, what do we need? What do we need? What are we doing? What do we need? We're coming in at 2 hours. We need to get eyes on these guys, and we need to do a wash. We're going to paint their eyes first so I can toss a wash in over top of them.
Charles says, serious question, best paint brand or brands. So here's the deal. Some paints do better than others. Some brands do better in some colors than others. Honestly, and I'm gonna grab some models and for some show off here.
I'll give you my real quick 2 cents while Chris is grabbing stuff. Army Painter is really handy because they're available. They have spray primers that will match their model colors, like their bottle. The paints are a bit of a bitch to work with. Not gonna lie to you, Charles. They really are. They separate really badly. You can shake them for God knows fucking how long and still get medium out of them instead of pigment. They can be really frustrating. That being said, they're still good colors. They're just frustrating. Vallejo are harder to get a hold of in like stores, which I always really am hesitant to buy paint online. It's like you can never really tell exactly what color it is, and that's not super great. I always find it a lot easier to buy paint if I'm standing there staring at the fucking liquid. Okay, this is the color that I need, as opposed to this might be the right thing. I'm not actually sure, but. Like I said, right. So those are the 2 prime ones that I use. I do have some prime. I think I'm using a P3 paint right here, but God, I got these forever ago.
Okay, here we go. All of these models, fucking cat hair. All of these models that I'm showing right now were painted with craft paint.
And by craft paint, we're talking about apple barrel type stuff?
Yep.
Okay. Just making sure. Wanted to clarify that one for the viewers.
And they were painted 25, 30 years ago. I think they came out decent.
I would say absolutely.
It's really dependent on what you want to achieve. What is your goal? Are you wanting them to be, tabletop playable? Do you want them to be winning prizes? You want them to be, masterpieces? However you want to run. Like I said, these were painted with craft paint, apple barrel paint. Bunkhouse.
Or whatever your, local thing is, because that tends to vary whether, you go into a Michael's or you go into a Walmart or where you're at. Yeah.
But, it's the buck and a half per bottle of paint.
Per big bottle. Yeah.
You're talking, a bottle of paint like that.
Yeah, 1.5 ounce bottle, not half-ounce paint pot.
Yeah. Now, for anything that I have painted in the last, say, 10, 15 years, I have actually used quote-unquote hobby paint. Again, most of the stuff I've got is Vallejo, but I was able to buy that directly out of the store because the store that I was going to carried Vallejo. To me, Army Painter was a, come again lately type thing.
Yeah. Vallejo's certainly been around longer.
So this is a Vallejo painted miniature. This is a Vallejo painted miniature. But I also use contrast paints quite a bit.
That is something I wanted to talk about. I use them frequently, like quite frequently. They aren't the end of everything, but
he is 95% contrast paint. And
Bunkhouse is here.
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
he says he's a big fan of Reaper paints myself. I'm using them exclusively after having used GW paints for years. A couple things about Reaper paints. I like them. They're made here in the United States. They're actually made in Texas.
Yeah.
Really, a really good product. I can't say anything bad about them.
Hell no, and I wouldn't want to if I could think anything. They're great paints. I really like Reaper paints. Hang on a minute. If you're using Reapers, then maybe you'll recognize some of the stuff I got up here that I'm using.
You touch one button wrong.
Me?
No, me.
Oh, I was like, oh God, what'd I do? Oh God,
I fell out of the stream.
Oh, I'm about to say I didn't touch any buttons. It's not good.
Nope, it was me.
All right. So now I'm just slapping Washaroonie on here, and these guys will pretty much almost be done. I went back and I touched up the stitching on the side of their hoods.
Yeah.
With a real light, like yarny color.
Nice. Yeah.
So they got that going on.
Crossing Obstacle says, and totally depends on what you're going to paint. If you paint historicals, you want one range. If you paint fantasy, you want another range. And that's even true with Vallejo.
That is beyond accurate, dude. Yeah.
That's even more so true with Vallejo, because they've got their model color and their game color. Yeah, model color and game color.
They do. Dude, they have all kinds of lines of stuff. They've got like Panzer colors that are specifically like designed to flow well and go on big flat panels like you have on tanks. Vallejo is a great hobby company. I can't say anything bad about Vallejo, to be honest with you. Not only that, but the nice thing about Vallejo is that they don't have like proprietary names on their paints. Like nothing is goblin and shit.
Yeah.
It's all flat earth, Iraqi sand, stuff like that, such that they don't have to change the names of their paints around and change the chemical makeup or the recipe and stuff to worry about any of the stuff that a lot of other companies do. So yeah. All right. Well, guys, that is the end of my Ewok painting. I guess I'll toss a wash on this thing. I will put a quick wash on. Oh, you know what I didn't paint?
What did you paint?
Thermal detonator.
Oh, well, that's easy.
It is. It's silver.
Well, yeah, silver with a red button.
Yeah, I do have to paint the red button.
And I'm going to throw this one up. Believe it or not, this is a contrast painted model.
You're coming in really fuzzy right now for some reason, or at least for me, you are.
It's being I'm showing as I've got a bad signal, and I don't know why.
Thunderstorms.
Yeah. But yeah, it should clear up here. But anyway, my K2SO is 100% painted with contrast.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's really. Whoa, damn! Look at that. You got that really smooth on the flat panels, which is impressive. I always have problems with that with contrast.
Yeah. So I think he turned out well.
Oh, that's a good
at least
point.
Good enough for the table.
Oh, hell yeah. Crossing obstacles. That's a good point, though. With washes, that is one area where Army Painter absolutely does a stellar job. Army Painter washes go on really smooth, really easily. And the one thing I like about them over GW washes is how quickly they dry. You aren't waiting an hour and a half like you will be for Agrax Earthshade or anything.
Right.
You get that on there, and it's going to be dry quick. Ricky Tick. Which I personally really enjoy. I really like that. I appreciate that about their stuff because I can't tell you how many times how long I used Agrax Earthshade because I'm everybody else, man. I black paint and wash to success. But that's really frustrating when you're trying to get stuff done quick, and then all of a sudden you got to wait a while for your Agrax to dry. And you're just kind of sitting there like, come on, man, what the hell? Not the case with strong tone, dark tone, flesh wash. Yeah. All right, there we go. All right, guys, I think I've pretty much got my Ewoks painted. Let's see here. Well, Chris, here's the deal. I got to be getting out of here in the next 10 minutes. You think I should slap some Vallejo thick mud putty on their bases so that they have a forest floor of Endor look going on before I even leave?
Hey, if you got the time.
This stuff works really well. It is just nasty to look at. And smells kind of funky. I don't know why. I just felt the need to lean in and give that a good hefty sniff, but I did.
He says, but that's if you like dropper bottles. If you want the paint pots, you have Formula P3, Coat d'Arms, Reaper. I thought Reaper was in dropper bottles. Did they switch?
Reaper used to be in these sort of things. But those are ancient.
Okay. And then War Games Foundry. I don't know anything about War Games Foundry.
I didn't know War Games Foundry made paints, but I guess it's not super duper surprising. They've been kind of a one-stop shop for decades. The issue with this stuff is this is the bigger stuff. This is like Russian mud or whatever, which is a cool color. It's got way more texture than most of the other ones do, but it is good for 28 mil, not so much for smaller scale stuff because the texture inside is flippin' huge. But that's okay. I can get this on here, then I'll come back and toss some probably an excessive amount of vegetation on. I painted the rocks up kind of to match the Woodland Scenics light talus. If I decide to use any rocks on their bases, that way the rocks in their hands will look like the rocks on their bases.
Yeah.
I've always found that to be a cool little tie together there that I've done on a couple other things is worked out fairly well. All right. One thing that I have noticed is if you don't use this stuff for a long time, the stuff that's up on the edges will certainly dry out on you in the pot.
Right.
This is the time when it would really make a lot of sense to use painting figure holders, but I'm not that smart.
Says Games Workshop contrast. It's like a thick wash, basically. Yeah, it is. And to me, it's just another tool that I use. But it does exactly what I want it to do, how I want to do it. There's a lot of people out there that poo-poo on it. But it's because I think it's because they're pissed. They're pissed that people can get these
results
with just going and they've honed their skills to the nth degree over the last 10, 15, 20 years. And now, you got the easy button.
And it's not super duper the easy button. It's a way to imitate that.
Yeah.
It's never going to look wet blended.
No.
It doesn't look
at all.
infinitely layered. it looks like you came through and did 2 glazes, or you put 2 heavy inks on it. 'Cause that's really
But
what
it does what I need it to do.
exactly. It gets the base tabletop standard models on the table looking better than they have in the past.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I will tell you, without fail, without contrast, Bosk would not look as kick-ass as he does.
Accurate.
He wouldn't, because I don't want to take the time and effort to do that. Excuse me. And there are people out there that will just gnash their teeth at that idea. Like, well, you should be working to improve your hobbycraft. No, because I don't care.
This is my relaxation time. I'm not working on stuff.
Yeah.
Unless I want to work on it. And if I want to work on it, I'll work on it. But if I want to put painted models on the table, I'm going to paint models on the table. If you're telling me how I need to do that, we're going to have a problem.
I can tell you that Luke's face and his hair would not look as good as it does without contrast paint.
And there's nothing wrong with that at all.
You know? And I think I did a pretty good job. And that's just a single coat on his face. That's just a single coat of that Gilman flesh, or whatever the hell it's called. Crossing also says, it's like any other paints, you have to learn how to use them. My first tries looked horrible. Yeah, you've got to know how to adapt your brush use to the product you're using. Listen to me talking like I know what I'm talking about. Jesus Christ. Guys, I hate to paint. I don't like painting. The only reason I paint is that I want painted models, and I'm not going to pay somebody to paint my models. Yeah. First, I don't have that kind of money. B, I think that's, for me, and I'm not saying anybody that does it is wrong. I'm not going to tell you how to have fun. I'm not going to tell you how to play your games or do what you do. But for me, paying somebody to paint models is the chicken shit way out. That's for me. If you want to do it that way, by all means, do it that way. You do you. You have fun the way you want to have fun. I'm not going to tell you you're doing it wrong. That's another big problem with this hobby. We've got too many people telling other people you're doing it wrong.
That's the only thing I'm going to tell somebody they're doing it wrong on is if they're playing bad games. Don't play games. If you're not having fun playing a game, don't keep playing it because that's the rule set that you have or something like that, man. Just find another rule set, especially with historicals. There's always another rule set.
Yeah. Walkabout Games is with us. Chris A.
Chris, hello.
Hello, how's it going, eh? It's going pretty good. How are you now? Paint with what works for you. Exactly.
Man, everybody's here. How do we get this many viewers? We've been on for 2 hours, just quite literally randomly. The planning for this was...
we've had 4 or 5 viewers most of the time.
The planning for this was, we finished up streaming with Matt, and I said, hey, I'm going to paint Ewoks. You want to go live? You might get some views. Sure.
Yeah. That's how awesome our viewers are.
Yep. Here we are.
That's how awesome our viewers are. It is. I say it every time, and I'll say it again. You guys are awesome. You're amazing. I'm gonna miss you on Wednesday, McMurray.
Yeah, I'm missing Wednesday. Again, it's every couple weeks when I have a weekend off, I'll miss the Wednesdays.
And you know what? If that's what has to happen, that's what has to happen, and I get that. Yep. Hopefully, I can get Jeff to come on and get Todd to come on because we're gonna talk board games.
I'm sure they will. I am 100% sure that they will.
Jeff says, "I am viewing. Damn it!"
Oh, look at that! Look at this guy! Look at this guy! Hey, Jeff, if you painted miniatures, you could be on with us right now.
Nah, he's going to be on with me Wednesday night.
It's fair.
He's going to be on with me Wednesday night, and we're going to talk about what draws board gamers to back or buy or whatever for board games.
GMT puts it on P500 and then Jeff backs it. That's what drives it. Zane, got him. Love you, Jeff.
Chris Long says son is painting his Ewoks.
Yeah, buddy. Ewoks are good for the childlike among us and the actual children, and then me, the childlike. Yeah. Ewoks are great. These are fun. These are fantastic. I've had a blast painting these. Again, we're looking at 2 hours. And these, honestly, once this is done, these guys will be tabletop ready, based and everything. I'm going to put more on their bases, but this is all you need. Hell, I hate pacing figures so much, Chris.
I know you do. Almost as much as boots.
I don't know. That's fair. Almost as much as boots. Not quite as much, because I will base instead of putting boots on guys.
You hate if you hate to do basing.
Yes.
Then what you need to do, shit, I'm gonna have to dig through the trash now because I just lost a Jaffa. But if you hate basing as much as McMurray does, what you need to do is you go out and you go to, if you're over in the UK, go to
Geek Gaming.
Geek Gaming. If you're here in the States, go to
Footsore North America.
Buy you some of this stuff. Buy you Geek Gaming's Ready Mix base.
Yeah.
They've got Luke.
Luke
literally has dozens of different mixtures.
He does. It's frustrating as hell.
The one that I use the most that I really, really like is the Mediterranean.
It's a good one.
It's a good all-purpose one. Now I've made up a version of my own for and what you do to just give you an idea. What you do is you
do what I'm doing with glue.
And by glue, we're talking just regular white glue, school glue. And then once you've done that, once you put the glue down, you take your model, you go knock it off, boom, done. Maybe you add some extra rocks. Or if the rocks didn't stick on there enough for you. Done, son. Bingo, bango, bongo. The shit looks amazing. I mean, look at this. And I didn't paint the base before I put this on. I literally put the white glue on, dipped it in, swirled it around, popped it out. I mean, and then I always paint the edges black. I don't know why, but I do.
I just use washers, so you can't really tell.
Yeah. Now I made my own, and I think that looks pretty good.
Oh yeah. So I mean, and Luke Fellows is really honest about the fact that he just mixes all of these at home. You can get nothing in here is proprietary.
Yeah.
Everything that's in there you can get at home. And some people poo-poo on that and say, well, I could just get that cheaper. It's like, well, first off, you can't really get it cheaper because you're going to be needing to get like 16 Woodland Scenics products or something to mix up to get to one of these. And then you're going to have 16 friggin' Woodland Scenics canisters sitting in your house that you've used 1.5 inches out of the top of.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, what I did to make this is I didn't go buy the big bulk size. I bought the little baggies.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah. You get so many of them.
I think it's 1 pound of this stuff is $8.
Yeah.
Okay. So not expensive.
And that'll last Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
Like you'll do a full army easy with that.
Oh, yeah.
How do I put the cap to this stupid fucking? Are you serious? How did I lose a big? There it is. I thought I just lost a great big green cap for this thing, and I was about to be completely
Pissed.
goddamn irate.
So, but for this stuff, I bought a bag of the light color, a bag of the medium color, of the fine flock from Woodland Scenics, a bag of the, I think, small ballast.
The tan? Yeah.
Yeah. And then the brown here to make it, kind of look, like there's dirt down there. You okay?
You guys hear that?
Yeah, we've been hearing it.
No, but I mean, that lightning was like, that sounded like it hit a tree up the street.
That's nice. But the brown here, Lipton tea.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I know a lot of guys who use herbs and like.
I know a lot of guys who use herbs too.
I played a game, and I kid you not, it was wild because one guy, I don't know, I mean, with the herbal stuff, you glue it on, and if you don't put a couple layers of diluted glue on top of it, you can still smell it. And it smelled like a pizza parlor in this guy's gaming area. It was all basil and like, oh yeah, look at that.
Now this is what you're doing right now. This is Vallejo sand in glue, which is what that is.
Yep.
Then I painted it brown, dry brushed it with a light beige, and then put on some static grass.
Yep. Oh man, Chris, I'm gonna watch for. I help Tim pack orders on occasion because he's local here. I'm gonna watch for your name to pop up on a shipping label, and you're gonna get an extra note in there. But there you go, guys. So there's Ewok leader. One toe.
He says, I think I have one of everything for basing when Tim brought it in.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna put around here. Here, Chris, can you switch it over real quick? I'm gonna because I gotta beat feet out of here.
2.5 hours.
Yeah, and that includes basing. So I'm not angry about that. I can't be mad.
No, seven models that are at this point you could throw on the table and call good.
Call very good compared to my usual stuff.
Yeah. Shit, dude, that's good stuff. That's good stuff right there. You can't be mad at that.
Got the little stitching painted.
Nice.
He's got a full cloak. Got his little thermal detonator and everything. And there's one of the really dark models.
You did an excellent job on those, dude.
Come on, folks.
I can't wait to see him going up against my stormtroopers.
Oh, me either, man. Focus, you piece of shit. Oh, wow, that's really close. That's really good focus.
It's I either have a fan running somewhere or it's coming down like no one needs to go grab a boat.
Yeah, I was about to say I need to start building a boat, but I do need to go to get to my parents' house to eat with the family.
All right, no worries, dude.
I appreciate you on live. I'm sorry I kind of went live and then immediately am splitting now. But we got
that's fine.
7 Ewoks painted and based and painted with a shitload of layers on them.
There you go.
In 2.5 hours. So that's what?
Can't be mad. That's what?
Just over 20 minutes a figure?
Yeah, not bad. Chris Long says, nice work or awesome work. So
thank you, Chris.
So
everybody.
So guys,
Obstacle Crossing Gaming, thank you for coming on. Good to meet a new friend today.
Yeah. So here we are. Sunday afternoon, having some fun. Wednesday, I'm gonna have Jeffifa Hex to Hex on with me. Hopefully I'll have the Ward Room, Todd, with us. And we're gonna talk about board games and what brings you to the table for a board game. So I hope to see y'all there. Look in the normal places for seeing me. And if you're subscribed, hit that little ding-a-ling thing, the bell doohickey. Apparently that tells you it's when it's actually happening. So take care, guys. Last thing here. Thank you for the stream. I'm looking at the basing material right now, trying to figure out shipping. Where are you here in the States, or are you over in the UK? If you're here in the States, you need to go to Footsore North America. If you're over in the UK or Europe, do Luke Apps or Geek Gaming.
Yes.
So you can't go wrong with the stuff. I'll be perfectly honest. It is some of the best stuff on the market. So, ooh, Sweden, eh?
Who's
all right.
Sweden? Oh,
Crossing Obstacles Gaming. Go to Geek Gaming, or drop an email to Luke at Geek Gaming, and see if there may be a stockist in the EU that he uses, because I know with all the Brexit and all that BS, shit went south for you guys fast.
I was about to say, Tim ships a lot of stuff to chunks of Europe too. Like, I know I've packed stuff for Germany, Spain. It depends on what's in stock and everything.
Yeah. So it's good talking to you too, Chris. Sometime I'll need to set up a time for you to come on and chat with us. So where again is the base material from? It's produced by Geek Gaming. Luke Fellows has.
It used to be Luke's APS.
Yeah, it's now called Geek Gaming. He's got a YouTube channel.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it is. And he's been on the Ramble a couple of times. But here in the States, you want to go to Footsore North America. Just Google Footsore, Footsore, North America, and you will get to Tim's website, where he carries all of the Geek Gaming product. $8 for a bag. You can't go wrong, dude. It lasts forever. This here is 2.5 bags. The reason why it's 2.5 bags is because I had McMurray pick up 2 bags for me, and then added to the half a bag that I already had. It has based.
I gotta go, Chris, buddy.
Take care, man. Thank you.
Soon. Bye, viewers. It was a really good time painting with you guys. Hopefully,
see you, buddy.
You might watch along. Take
care. So, I'll say this real quick, and then we'll wrap up for the night. I've probably based 50 of the Legion miniatures with it, and I've based a 1.5 battalions of Israeli 6 millimeter, no, even smaller, 3 millimeter models. So quite a bit. So it will last you a lot. That $8 goes a long way. So find the color that you like, that you want to go with, buy it. You will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. So again, thanks everybody for watching. McMurray paint 7 Ewoks in 2.5 hours. Y'all have a great day. Come see me Wednesday night. Hex to Hex is going to be on. I hope the Reward Room will be on. We'll have another great show. Y'all be well. Take care. We'll see you on the flip side.